So good morning guys, in this lecture number 4, and here we are going to study when we add the resistances in the parallel, then what happens. In the lecture number 2 we have studied about absolute error, relative error, percentage limiting error and accuracy error. We have studied about the little bit difference between the percentage limiting error and accuracy error. Now in the lecture number 3 we have already discussed about series addition of the resistances. Whenever the true values of the resistances are given, along with their true values, percentage limiting errors are also given. Then we can add the true values when they are connected in the series. We can add the true values like 100 ohm, 100 ohm are connected, then equivalent true value will be 200 ohm. But what happened with percentage limiting errors? Okay, they cannot be added directly. Okay, so we have to convert the percentage limiting error into the direct error or simple error. Then we can add those simple error. We can again convert the equivalent simple error with the weightage of the equivalent resistance. That is the way to deal with the series resistors. Okay, now when the resistances are connected in the parallel, then how can we deal? Let's discuss with an example. There is a direct formula, but before giving you direct formula we are going through the derivation. Okay, so R1 R2 values are given and R1 R2 are connected in the parallel, as you can see here. Now the total resistance is given by the formula you already know. 1 upon R is equivalent to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. We can differentiate this equation with respect to R1. Then what we will get? Minus 1 upon R square dr upon dr1 is equal to minus 1 upon R square dr upon dr1. This is R1. We are going to differentiate with respect to R1. Here you can write down differentiate with respect to R1. So we have got this expression. For R1 it is already, we are going to add this term with obviously R1, so it will be minus 1 upon R1 square, again minus 1 upon R2 square dr2 upon dr1. Now this is minus 1 upon R2 square dr2 upon dr1. Now again multiply this term with dr1, we will get, and by taking minus common, minus to minus get cancel. So here we can write down dr upon R square is equal to dr1 upon R1 square plus dr2 upon R2 square. Now multiply this term with R2, we will get, because we want, what we want actually, we want dr upon R. We want dr upon R. So we have to multiply this term with R so that we can get dr upon R. So dr upon R will be equivalent to dr1 upon R1 R upon R1 plus dr2 upon R2 R upon R2. This is the final expression, and this final expression can be taken in bracket, and here plus minus multiply by 100 percentage limiting error will be this. Okay, so this is the actually expression. Most important expression when the resistances are connected in the parallel. Okay, now we will start with an example. I am not going to erase this formula because frequently it will be used in the explanation. Let the value of R1 R2 is given as 100 plus minus 2%. The R2 value is given as 100 plus minus 1%. It is R1 plus minus 1%. Okay, now what is the value of R1? We can write down here. What is the value of R1? It is 100. What is the value of DR1? Please remember one thing, DR is an simple error. What is percentage limiting error? DR upon R multiply by 100 is percentage limiting error. So DR is simple error. So for R1, DR1 will be simple error. Simple error, that means the 2% of the 100, that is 2 ohm. So DR1 is equal to 2 ohm. It is 100 ohm. What is the value of R2? The R2 value is 100 ohm. What is the value of DR2? 1% of 100, that is 1 ohm. DR1 we have got, R1 we have got, R we don't have R. What is the value of R? R is nothing, only R1 parallel R2, that means 100 parallel 100. It will be 50 ohm. Now percentage limiting error will be equivalent to plus minus bracket DR1 upon R1. What is the value of DR1? 2. What is the value of R1? 50. Multiply R upon R. What is the value of R1? R1 is 100, sorry. It will be 100. What is the value of R? It will be 50 upon R1, 100 plus DR2 upon R2. What is the value of DR2 upon R2? R2 value is 100. Multiply by R, 50. R2 value is 100. Multiply by 100 percentage. So here you will get 15. This term will be 2 and 2 to 2 get cancelled. Here again it will be 2. 100 100 get cancelled, 100 100 get cancelled. So here it will be equivalent to plus minus 1 plus 0.5 percentage. So here it will be equivalent to plus minus 1.5 percentage. Okay, so the RT value will be equivalent to 100 50 plus minus 1.5%. Okay, this will be 50 plus 1 minus 1.5% ohm. So this is the way that we can handle the parallel connection of the resistances when their percentage limiting errors are given. Okay, then we can get RT as 50 ohm. 50 ohm you can get directly easily, like R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, 50 ohm, but we cannot write down 2 ohm on 1 ohm, 2%, and we cannot directly add 2% 1%. Okay, we have to take this formula, we have to follow this actually standard procedure. So this is the way. Okay, in the lecture number 5 we will study when the multiplication division terms are given, like power relation between V and I, P is equal to I square R, the percentage limiting errors for resistance and inductances are given, then how can we get the percentage limiting error, equivalent percentage limiting error for the power condition, for the power in the expression. Okay, and after that we will study indicating instruments, in which we are going to study percentage permanent magnet moving coil, permanent magnet moving iron, electrodynamometer instruments. Okay, wattmeter methods we are going to study. After that we will deal with AC bridges. Okay, Wheatstone bridge, Anderson bridge, Maxwell bridge, Maxwell inductance capacitance bridge, Hayes bridge, and frequency measurement bridge like Vane's bridge, sharing bridge, de Sauty bridge, loss of charge methods. There are various kind of topics are available. We are going to study each topic one by one. Okay, and solving numerical plays a dominant role, okay, in the measurement and instrumentation subjects. We are also going to study the way to extend the range of voltmeter and ammeter. The voltmeter can measure, like, you have voltmeter of range 100 volt, and now you can you want to measure the 11,000 volt, 11 kV volt of the high tension line. You can measure, but a little bit extra advice, little bit extra device you will need. Okay, so what is the actually logic, we are going to study that also in the upcoming lectures. So thank you so much.